Good afternoon, and thank you for tuning in once again. Um, so, today I have a little story that I want to share with you. Now, with the little story comes a message. Now, sometime in 2009, when I was stationed in the Victoria Falls at a hotel that I was working for, I worked for the hotel for like 7 years. So, I had an encounter with a young couple. They came from America and they really wanted to know a lot more about Africa. And we became pen pals, exchanged emails until the relationship got cozy. And then they started telling me about their personal lives, and I also started telling them about my personal life. At that stage, I mentioned to them in 2010 when my daughter was born that I have a beautiful girl now who was born on the 4th of June. Now, being them, they just decided, okay, we would love to send your daughter a birthday present. Now, as I thought about it, they didn't tell me this, and I only found out after I gave them an answer. They had a debate amongst their peers and their family. And they said an average black man would want money or clothes or foodstuffs for their child if you ask them what present they would get. So they asked me what I wanted for my daughter's birthday. And I didn't think twice. I say to them, can you get me good reading books for a toddler? After I gave them that answer, he called me and he said to me, you know what? We had a bet at work that you were going to choose something that would benefit most probably you, not your child, in the short term or in the very short term and not in the long term. So I was very offended, and I didn't want to show it to him because these were now like friends who had developed more into a part of my daily life in terms of conversations, etc. So I didn't want to break his heart, and I just listened, and he went on and on and on and about it. I was so hurt. Now, coming back to the two speeches that I have meddled upon quite a lot, the P.W. Botha Rubicon and the Willie Lynch Let's Make a Slave speech. Well, there's one thing that is mentioned. P.W. Botha says, here is a man who lacks foresight. Now, my message is on foresight. We need to develop a sense of foresight as black folk. My story is very personal, and I love my friends, and I even asked them whether I should share this story. Well, we are cool like that. I understand probably that we have been stereotyped as people who are short-sighted. This is a very, very, very amplified problem that we have as African people, because we have gotten to stages where we actually believe that we lack foresight. I don't think we lack foresight, but I want us to develop a sense of foresightedness. There's a lot of things that do happen that change the way we approach the issue of foresight. Now, how can we talk of development in Africa when we cannot talk about us having foresight? So not having foresight is just looking at things that benefit us in the now and never in the future. Example, when you take out a life policy, for us, black males especially, our mothers will tell you your wife will kill you for that money. Death is imminent. So it is a certainty of life. Now, a lot of my peers that I went to school because their grandfather died and he left them some money, and that money was going to pay for their college, for their generations of wealth. This is what I'm talking about. We have to have sight, foresight. We have to have vision if we'd like to develop and change the things that affect us on a daily basis. There is no simple way of putting the foresight message. But you and I have got to get to a stage where we just change. When we are offered or when we are given an opportunity to choose, what do we choose? Do we choose now, or do we choose now and forever? This desires a deep introspection. And when you find it within your soul and yourself, let us look at the possibilities that we could have if we had foresight. So I have a very nice message that I did on foresight, and I do hope it will change your life and change the life of the African youth. Thanks.